Boys and girls, let's stand up and let's warm up. Let's stretch this side. And other way. And let's reach down to our toes. And let's reach all the way back. And then let's roll our shoulders. And let's go forward with them. And let's go to the first side with our head. Second side with your head. And then let's breathe. Here we go. Breathing in. Did you make it? Let's try again. Ready and breathe. One last time. Now, I've got a story for you. One day, I was going to look at my clock. And all of a sudden, I saw this mouse. And he was walking by. And then he got to my clock. And he went up. Boop, 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 boop. And then, all of a sudden, the clock struck 1. And he went down. The next day, I saw the same mouse. And he was saying, I better hurry up that clock, or it's going to strike 12 on me. So he went up the hill. He went up the clock. And then he went. And he got there for a little bit. And he was relaxing. And then all of a sudden, it struck 12. Boom! And it scared him, and he ran out. So he thought, well, maybe if I go at 11, I won't get that big clock. I won't get that same noise. So he went back at 11 the next day. The mouse walked over, and he was walking sneakily up the clock. And he got there, and he was able to relax for a little bit. But then, 11 o'clock hit. Boom! And he got scared, and he ran down. Boom! So he started thinking, well, I went at 11, I went at 12, and I went at 1. I bet it happens every time that big hand gets up to that 12. So he wasn't so scared. So this time, he went and he walked over to the clock, and he went up. And he stayed right there. And even when it hit 10 o'clock, boom, 11 o'clock, boom, and 12 o'clock, boom, and 1 o'clock, boom, he was relaxed. And he was able to stay there without being scared. So he got tired of being up on the clock, though. So he went back down the clock. Boom! And he went and walked over to his hole. And he went to sleep in his hole, where he had lots of food and beads and everything else. So, I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you were doing it with your voice as well. If not, go back and let's do it again. And let's move to the next part of our lesson.
I've got a silly nursery rhyme for you. Maybe you've heard it before. It's called Wee Willie Winkie. And it's about this little boy, Wee Willie Winkie. Wee means small, right? And the poem goes like this. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Now, Wee Willie Winkie, he's kind of a naughty little fellow. He should have been in bed himself, right? But you know what? He really just wanted to play with his friends. So he's running all around the town looking for their beds, and he's like, hey, where are my friends at? It's almost 8 o'clock. Even though really what that meant for him was he should have been in bed. Crazy kid. Now, this was a really long time ago. So when it says he's in his nightgown, it's like called a night shirt, right? Just a long button-down shirt. He probably had on one of those cool, like old-timey night sleep caps too. So will you be my echo to help learn Wee Willie Winkie? Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town. Ready? Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying at the lock. And so what that means, rapping means knocking, rapping at the window, crying at the lock doesn't mean like, crying means shouting, crying at the lock. Then, are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Good, let's try that one more time being my echo to make sure we know all the words, and then we'll try it all together and play with it a little bit. Here we go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town. Your turn. Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Good, let's try it all together now. Ready? Here we go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town. Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying at the locks. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. All right, good job. Do you think you could try that with me? With your whisper voice. Ready? Here we go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town. Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Very good job on your whisper voices. What's another voice we could try to use? Your shouting voices. Okay, one time through on your shouting voices. It's always so loud. 1, 2, here we go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town. Upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Very good. Your mom and dad are probably wondering what's going on with you shouting like that, huh? Okay, what's another voice we could use? Our thinking voice. Let's see if we can stay together with our thinking voice. 1, 2, here we go. Were you able to say it in your head and think it through with me? Great job. There's one more voice we haven't used yet with this poem. What is it? You're right, our singing voices. Well, I'm going to put the music on the screen with me. Will you please help me read the pitches to learn the song, and then we can sing it with our singing voices too.
Okay, do you think we start on so or me? That's right, we start on so because it's the highest note. Will you practice helping me read these notes with so's and me's? Here we go. So, me, so, me, so, me, so. So, me, so, me, so, me, so. So, me, so, me, so, me, so. So, me, Good job. Now, when we're reading our Wee Willie Winkie, we're going to try it one more time. When we do that, remember that top note is so, the bottom space is me. So top space so, bottom space me. Let's give it one more try. Ready, sing, so, me, 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 so. Good job helping read the so's and me's.
Thank you for helping me read it with your singing voices and your so's and your me's. Now, let's try singing it all together. Ready, sing. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Very good job. Now, if I asked you to sing that song for me, Largo, how would we change how we're singing it? Yes, we would sing it slowly. Here we go, slowly. We can do our motions with it too. Here we go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Very good job, Largo. Let's try it now. The opposite of Largo, which would be what? Allegro, that's right. 1, 2, ready, go. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown, rapping at the window, crying at the lock. Are the children in their beds? It's almost 8 o'clock. Great job with the Allegro and Largo versions of Wee Willie Winkie. Thanks so much for joining in learning that poem and song with me. Got a song I want to sing with you. See if you can be my echo. We're going to keep a steady beat like this. Naughty kitty cat, your turn. You are very fat. You have butter on your whiskers. Naughty kitty cat. So in our song, what did we catch our naughty kitty cat doing? That's right, he got into the butter and ate it, and no wonder it's making him not healthy looking, right? Because he's eating that butter he's not supposed to be eating. Silly kitty cat. All right, well, let's sing it one more time, you being my echo to make sure you know it, and then I bet you can figure something out about the song. Here we go. Be my echo, naughty kitty cat. You are very fat. You have butter on your whiskers. Naughty kitty cat. Yes, good job. All right, let's try the song all together. Here we go, naughty kitty cat. You are very fat. You have butter on your whiskers, naughty kitty cat. So, in our song, as we're singing it this one more time, I really want you to listen for the rhythm of the song, and we're going to see if we can figure out what's happening on every beat. So we'll sing it one more time while you listen and think about the rhythm. Here we go, naughty kitty cat. You are very fat. You have butter on your whiskers, naughty kitty cat. got to remember last time we learned a new rhythm and it's in this song, so we've got to see if we can figure it out. Our first line says, naughty kitty cat. What do you think the rhythm for that line is? Let's sing it again. Naughty kitty cat. All right, so naughty gets how many sounds? Good, 2 on one beat, so that's a toddy. Perfect. Naughty kitty. That's also a toddy. Good job. Cat. You've got it. That's a ta. What about our last beat? Naughty kitty cat. Yes, that's it. That's where our quarter rest is, right? So let's say and clap our rhythm. Here we go. Toddy, toddy, ta. Good. I said say and clap it, and then I sang and clapped it. Will you sing and clap it with me? Ready, go. Toddy, toddy, ta. Yeah, good job. All right, what about our next line? You are very fat. You're right. It is the exact same rhythm as our first line. Let's sing and clap it. Ready? Toddy, toddy, ta. What about our third line? You have butter on your whiskers. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of notes. Let's try that again. You have butter on your whiskers. If you said they're all toddies, you're correct. Let's sing and clap it. Toddy, 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 toddy. Good. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Toddy, 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 toddy. And then our last line says, naughty kitty cat. Yes, it is the same rhythm, even though the notes sound different, right? Naughty kitty cat. Naughty kitty cat. That was our first line and then our fourth line, and so the melody sounds different, but the rhythm stays the same. Let's sing that one. Ready? Toddy, toddy, ta. Yes, good. Let's sing and clap our entire Naughty Kitty Cat song. Ready, sing. Toddy, toddy, ta. Toddy, toddy, ta. Toddy, 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 ta. Beautiful job figuring out the rhythm to that song. Okay, well, I hope and can't wait for the day I get to see you in person so we can play the fun game that goes along with that song together too. But great job reading the rhythm.
All right, boys and girls, today we have a chant called Old Mr. Snitch. The chant means that we speak it only, so it doesn't have any higher or lower pitches. So I want you to help me keep the beat this time as you do it. Ready, go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch, picked up a penny, and thought he was rich. This time, could you get your cup? When you are back, go ahead and press play again. So pause it and go and get your cup. All right, now that we're back, you have your cup. I want you to keep the beat with the cup. We're going to lift it up and put it down. 1, 2, ready, and go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch, picked up a penny, and thought he was rich. Now, there's going to be some places now that I'm not going to put my cup down on. I want you to see if you can find those places. You keep the beat this time while you watch. Ready, and go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch, picked up a penny, and thought he was rich. Did you figure out any places that I didn't put my cup down at? If you said I didn't put them down after the rhyming words rich, ditch, and snitch, you are correct. So I want you to make sure that you are not putting your cup down on those beats. Here we go. See if you can do it. Don't put your cup down on those places. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch, picked up a penny, and thought he was rich. This time, can you do it? And then I'm going to add something else to it. See if you can figure out what it is. 1, 2, ready, go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch. Picked up a penny and thought he was rich. Did you notice anything that happened? On all the other places that had more than one sound, did you notice that I went down and then up and I had a tap? So that would happen on Mr. It would happen on fell in. I'm sorry, in a. It would happen on up a penny. He was. So, can you get all of those words? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch. Picked up a penny and thought he was rich. How did you do? Did you get it? Let's try it one more time just to make sure. Let's try it one more time just to make sure we got it. 1, 2, ready, go. Old Mr. Snitch fell in a ditch. Picked up a penny and thought he was rich. How did you do? Did you get it all? If not, go back and work on it. I'll see you later.
We're ready to learn the last part of our Amani Utupe song. Now, our third verse uses a word that we learned about whenever we were learning about George Frederick Handel, because he wrote a whole song based basically on this word, hallelujah. And that is the next verse, pretty much the only word that we really have to learn, because it goes, hallelujah, hallelujah, Amani Utupe na ustawi. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Amani Utupe na ustawi. Grant us peace. And then we do all the stuff we already know. There's a little part at the end that's different, but I'd like you to try that part with me and just see if you can do that last third verse. I told you it's really easy. It's like what we learned from George Frederick Handel. We're just putting it now into our African song. Okay, I know the melody's different, obviously, yes. I'm just talking about the word that we heard then when we listened to his hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yeah, it's that word, just in a different song. So let's go back with the music and try the third verse, and then I will teach you that final little ending, almost like a coda, like we learned about in Sleigh Ride. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Amani Utupe na ustawi. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Amani Utupe na ustawi. Grant us peace, give us courage, Amani Utupe na ustawi. Grant us peace, give us courage, Amani Utupe na ustawi. All right, good job. So let's check out our last part. So after we sing, Amani Utupe na ustawi, we sing, grant us peace, give us courage. So no new words, but we use the melody from Amani Utupe na ustawi. We sing, grant us peace, give us courage during those notes, okay? So let's try that. Here we go. Grant us peace, give us courage. Great. So we've just sung Amani Utupe na ustawi, then grant us peace, give us courage. Great. And then we go back and we sing Amani Utupe again, but listen to how it changes. Amani Utupe na ustawi. Did you notice what happened there? We held out some of the notes of the words longer than normal, right? So listen again to how it goes. Amani utupenda ustawi. And I'm showing you how we're going to hold sta, and then we go up 4 more, and then we come back down for we. So I'm counting out those beats because we have to hold those notes out longer than normal. Can you try that with me? Here we go. Amani utupenda ustawi. And then, at the very end, we just go, Amani utupenda ustawi. And it's short like that. Can you try that with me? Here we go. Amani utupenda ustawi. Good. Again. Ready, go. Amani utupenda ustawi. And that's it. Great. That's the ending. That's all of it. I told you we didn't have a lot of new words to learn or anything like that. Super simple. So let's try the whole ending from the grant us peace, give us courage. Ready? Here we go. Grant us peace, give us courage. Amani utupenda ustawi. Amani utupenda ustawi. Yeah, that's the ending. Good job. Okay, let's try the ending one more time, and then we're going to do the whole song from the beginning. Here we go. Grant us peace, give us courage. Amani utupenda ustawi. Amani utupenda ustawi. Yeah, good job. Okay, here we go back to the very beginning. See if you can sing the whole thing with me. Great job. Very good work singing through the whole song with me. Okay, if you've been working on the motions with Ms. Bretch, then you should try to do them while you sing. I'm going to go learn them, and the next time we sing the song, I'll see if I can figure out how to do the motions with you too.
It's time for us to wrap up learning about Franz Liszt. So let's review just a few things before we maybe hear a few new things and then get to see one last video representation of one of his songs. So remember, Franz was born in what country? That's right, Hungary. He was born in Hungary. His father was an amateur musician who enjoyed playing music and encouraged his son's interest in music. By the time Franz was 9, he was really, really, really good at the piano. By 11, his parents had taken him to meet Beethoven, and what did Beethoven think? That's right, Beethoven thought he was amazing. He was really impressed by Liszt. And then Franz began taking composition lessons from respected teachers in Paris. Remember, he was a composer during the Romantic era, and Romantic didn't mean all lovey-dovey, but it meant music that emphasized feelings and emotion. It was very dramatic, and it showed that drama through changes in tempo or speed and dynamics, the volume of the music. He was a child prodigy because he was so good at such a young age. Remember, he was influenced by Niccolo Paganini, a very, very famous violinist who was one of the best violinists that ever lived. And that challenged Liszt to become just as good as he was on the piano. In order to show off his piano skills, he had to write his own music because there was nothing hard enough for him. So he wrote some of the most difficult piano music ever written. Here are some maybe fun facts that we didn't know. He was one of the greatest piano players who has ever lived. Almost all of the music that he composed was for piano. He did write some things for orchestra, but almost everything was for piano. This one's pretty cool. In his day, pianos weren't as strong as they are today, and he often broke strings whenever he was playing the piano. His audiences were even disappointed if he didn't break a string, and they had gone to see him at a concert. Liszt didn't want to share the stage with any other performers, so he developed a solo performance and basically started the term recital. He insisted on showing off by memorizing all of his music, which is still done today. Now we're going to check out a mashup between a song by Coldplay and Hungarian Rhapsody, a song by Liszt that we've already heard. You're going to hear a little explanation from the piano guys about the song, and then you'll get to see the line writer version of it. Hope you enjoy.
Something just like this, Hungarian Rhapsody, actually started when we were going to Budapest, and it was on our tour, and we thought, okay, if we could film there, what would we film? And something just like this was a hot song at the time, and we all thought, well, what is the greatest Hungarian piece of classical music? And of course, it almost is cliche, Hungarian Rhapsody by Liszt, but I could not believe how well it just stacked itself right on top of that melody. And it just starts out with this hook. It's Liszt hook. It's a classical hook that it starts out with and then blends right into the something just like this. But then we used a new texture, which was Al's hummed vocals underneath the cello, which I thought was really cool. So we ended in a way that was so Franz Liszt. It was this chromatic explosion, which starts with one note and works its way out in chromatic fashion, which means in half steps. So if you were on the piano, you'd start on a white key and you'd hit every key outwards. It just explodes outward into this incredibly epic ending.
Click on the YouTube link below this video to check out something just like Liszt.